Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. This right here is my 93 GTR. It is an R32 Skyline, and this summer it's going to make 1,000 horsepower. Now, obviously 1,000 horsepower in any car is no joke, let alone an old Skyline like this. So it's not like I'm just jumping right into 1,000 horsepower. I've actually been building this car for 6 years now, so I've had it at 400, 500, all the way up to 800 last year, and that's all been with a 2.6 liter. So I had a Borg-Warner 66 mil for the majority of that time. Pretty much tapped out, making I think 812 was the most it did on a Mustang dyno. So now what we're doing is we're doing a RB30 build with a Borg S475. I think that's enough turbo to get up to that 1,000 mark, but stay tuned, we're gonna find out. Now you might be wondering, why does a guy need 1,000 horsepower in a Skyline? Well, the answer is it's a drag car. So I've been going to Mission, which is our local track, for a couple years now, and so far my personal best is about a 1040 at 140, and I've been chasing a 9 for God knows how long. So the next step for this car is to get more power in it, get more mile an hour, try not to break some transmissions, and go for that 9. Now, obviously, a 9-second pass, is all over YouTube. I'm sure there's tons of guys there that have cracked it. But to do that in a 5-speed Skyline is completely unheard of, especially with a stock transmission. So stick around, join us on this crazy journey to get that 9-second magic number. I actually filmed a bunch of the stuff, us pulling it apart, so I'm gonna cut to some of those clips now. I just totally forgot to do like an intro to the build and stuff like that, so I'm doing it now. We're gonna backtrack a little bit, then we're gonna catch back up. I believe I should get the motor back from the machine shop within the next week or two. So parts are starting to slowly roll in for this, and once we get the motor, we can start assembling everything and gonna take a look at what we are working with. So be sure to stick around and keep up with the videos. I plan on kind of going into detail on exactly what is involved in RB30 swapping your GTR. So stick around and we're gonna get there. All right, so today's plan, we're gonna pull this motor out and get it up on the engine stand and see how everything's looking. So I'll give you a little backstory to this. This is just a built 2.6, 8.5 to 1 compression, and it's lived about 6 years since I built it, and I've honestly never had any issues with the bottom end. I did pull the head off 2 years ago, and just reset the valve lash and cleaned up a couple of the valve seats. But other than that, this motor has been awesome. It's just not enough displacement for what we're trying to do with this turbo here. So I had it on the dyno last year, and it just wasn't enough bottom end, so to say, to spool this turbo like I wanted. So a high comp 3 liter is going to really complement this big turbo here. Bam, there it is. Got some reinforcements here.
Pull her out, baby.
Yeah. Gonna be a solid day. We're hoping to get this thing out in 2 to 3 hours here. So, I guess first we'll rip the turbo off, get the downpipe out, pull the wastegate off, and then just start with the rad and everything. Oh fuck, we should have drained the water while it was outside.
Oh well.
Whatever. Yeah, we're gonna start diving into this, taking things apart.
Tranny mount.
Yeah, get it up in the air. Get after it. All right, we are flying. Got the turbo off.
Almost.
Got the rad out. Oh yeah, coolant's out of it. Last couple bolts on there.
Keep going, baby.
Let's go. Next up, gonna pop this wheel off and pop out the axle and do all that. Yeah. All right, we're almost there. Got the crane hooked up. These boys are putting in some work.
She's ready.
She's ready to be pulled out.
Ready.
Sayonara to the 2.6 liter.
Hello fucking 3 liter.
Hello 3 liter.
Hello 3 liter.
You could be the film guy, boy.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's Phil, boys. Great job, boys.
How we live?
She's out.
Nice.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, boys, we got the motor out, and we got the car swapped back around. We got Ben's 33 here, still waiting for a clutch for that thing. And then we got the empty heart Godzilla right here. Next time this runs, gonna be powered by that, but obviously there's a shit ton of work still to be done. I gotta wait till my pistons get in, and then I can send that up to the machine shop just up the road from me, Lordco, and we'll get that sorted out. And in the meantime, I can actually start tearing this thing down and see how it's doing, you know. Got 30,000 kilometers of pretty hard driving, so I'm curious to see what the bearings look like, what the head looks like, cylinder walls, all that stuff. So that's enough for today. Tomorrow we're gonna get after it and tear this one down. And yeah, that's it for today. Gotta say, massive shout out to Alex and Elios for coming over and giving me a hand. Definitely a two-person job getting these motors out. So shout out to the boys. Anyway, peace.